recently photos have been uploaded to Facebook, I believe, of Linden's new rec center. So, being that we're from Columbus, this is near and dear to my heart. Linden is literally, I didn't live there most of the time, but like it's been the backyard. I went to fucking summer camp at the old Linden Rec Center every year, and now they're getting a new rec center. I've been seeing them build it for a while now. It's huge. It's got all sorts of stuff in it. Linden's primarily black. Like the area is not the area is not the best of areas. So for them to get this is a great thing. It's something good for the people of that area to look forward to. So I'm definitely happy that they're getting something like this. However, I do fear that, with the new houses that are going in over there, certain businesses that are going there, and then obviously now with this rec center, that is not necessarily for us, that it's going to lead to some sort of gentrification.
On this podcast, we discuss the things going on in our community from time to time, because the things going on here reflect certain things going on anywhere in this country. Injustice here is the same everywhere. Opportunity here is the same everywhere. If we can teach you what's going on here and how to react, you can apply it anywhere. So when we discussed the Linden Community Center a few weeks ago, we wondered if the recent gentrification that's happening in the community is going to impact the resources that should be allocated to the people who currently live there today. And in doing that, we got an opportunity to speak with someone from the center, a real hometown hero.
What's up, bro?
Family of 5 out there from Whitehall didn't know, can't really make it back at noon.
Then let's serve them. Let's go ahead and serve them. Hey, Edward, can you help her with that family of 5 real quick?
So where am I going to get the Ziploc bag of candy from?
The Ziploc bag of candy is in the demo room right across from the counter.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you, guys. All right. My bad. We got some people coming up early, and I don't want to say no to them, so we're going to go ahead and serve them.
And with that, Mario Dovell reached out to us to speak about what's really going on with the Linden Opportunity Center.
Mario Dovell. Been working with Columbus Recreation and Parks for almost 6 years now. Center manager for 5 years. I was previously at Crum Park. That's what a lot of people formerly know it as, but we call it William H. Adams Community Center. And did some great things there, helped make change take place in the community from a positive standpoint and through resources. And but I actually started my career at Linden. I started at Linden as an assistant manager under Carlos Pace, who has like 35 years in the department. Man, he's like a legend in our department. And from there, I ventured off, but I'm back. So about a year and a half ago, I had the privilege of accepting the job to become a center manager back at the new building. And so, here we are today. Good times, man.
Okay. So to kind of follow up with that question, obviously you were made privy of the video that we made where we kind of discussed potential gentrification in the community and just kind of talking about the new Linden Rec Center. So talk about kind of how you found out about that video. And then from there, I'm pretty much going to let Marcus ask his questions. I know he's chomping at the bit to kind of ask you a few questions. So somebody
screenshotted the video of the YouTube video, and I'm like, what is this? So I type in the name, find the video, probably watch maybe like the first minute of it, and I'm like, nope, I gotta contact these gentlemen and let them know what this building stands for and what it is that we are trying to accomplish here in the community, right? This community. First, not Columbus. So, when I got wind of it, reached out, and then I, noticed that, hey, me and Jay went to school together. I'm like, all right, so let me find his page. And then I'm like, nope, back in the bus. Let's go to that one. So I ended up dropping direct messages in both DMs, like, "Hey, I want a chance to explain what exactly it is that we are trying to get done here in this community." So with that being said, it's very simple, man. It's a vision that we have as a department, and that's part of the reason why I love what I do, because we have an opportunity to envision a socially equitable city, right? So now we narrow that down and we build this $25 million project in Linden that's focused on Linden community. So now we move that together, and now I'm trying to create a social equitable city, not just in Columbus, but now I'm trying to make that happen in this community. So with this project, we call ourselves Linden Opportunity Center. And there's a reason why we call ourselves Linden Opportunity Center, because, as a community center, our focus or our purpose is to provide recreational resources that enhance the quality of life. But at this building, something special takes place, and we can add a plus to that. And that plus is now we can start to address the social determinants of health that take place right here in this community, the high levels of social inequality that take place right here in this community. So when I had a chance to sit at the table and bring partners into this facility and think about the programming that I wanted to be inside this facility and at this park, I thought about it from a multitude of ways. Am what I'm doing going to enhance or elevate this community in all aspects of what we say we do as far as from our purpose with this opportunity center? I can say we do, because we added WIC, right? We added Care Coalition with social workers. We added Ohio Health that has a mobile unit that pulls up into our community and serves our residents. We have APS, which is a intervention specialist program that helps with reroute kids. It helps with bringing resources to our at-risk youth, which is really a focus right now in this community. On top of all that, we also add youth job readiness workforce. We add jobs. We also add adult jobs with Nationwide Children's Hospital Job Readiness Workforce Program. So now I can say, hey, we're starting to bring some pillars to address the social determinants of health, to address the high levels of social inequality. And then I didn't even get a chance to tap into the programs that we have in the facility. The thing about it is you can go to any rec center and join the basketball, you can join flag football, you can do arts and crafts. But for this facility, we took a step further. We added sewing classes. We made a dedicated room for ceramics. We have our first music production studio in our facility, where we have a production room where you can learn engineering, you can learn music production, you can learn genres of music, the history of music, and everything that I do. It don't matter if it's through music, art, or sports. I use that as a vessel to drive life skills, right? Character building. That's what I'm all about. And that's why I feel like I was so happy that I was able to get a chance to come here, for I can make sure that those things succeed, and that continues to be the focus. So just to let you guys know, as far as, what really is taking place in this community, great things. And who are we focused on? Our Linden residents first. That is my focus. As long as I'm here, I'm going to be focused on the people and focused on the matter. And I understand what it's like to live out here, because I actually lived out here for 2 years. I lived off of Grasmere and Como my freshman and sophomore year of high school as I was going to Westone. So I know what it's like out here, and I know how bad people need us. And it's like, this is a beacon of hope. And if we lose hope here, then what was the point of this building, So, I want to open up the floor and answer any questions that you guys may have as far as, with the Linden facility, what it offers to all ages. Man, fire away, man. I really want to make sure that I'm making a clear path or a picture to, what it is that we're trying to get done here.
For sure. And all of that, man, that sounds awesome. That definitely sounds great. I was wondering, through your time working in Parks and Recs and being in the different centers, being in this community in particular, what have you been able to identify in terms of the major systemic problems that Linden is going through in particular?
One of the systemic problems is the ability to tap into resources. I felt like when I lived out here personally during my time, and when I began working out here, there wasn't a lot of resources that you can go and receive, right? When you have problems, it could be health and wellness, or it can be for just social services. It wasn't a lot. So that right there, how can you help someone and you don't have the resources in the community? Another one is I've learned that, you know, it's passed down possibly through generations, because I've watched kids walk into our facility that, you know, they depend on us as far as for a meal, where their food is coming from. They depend on us as far as that structure and discipline and that love and affection and having that empathy. Man, kids walk through what baggage, and us having that understanding of, you know, empathy for them to be like, hey, we can't just go with the normal, hey, this is your 3 strikes and you're out expectation. No, we got to help our community meet the expectation. So it takes a lot of mentoring and coaching to get to that point. It's unbelievable. It's some of the most disciplined things that are manners that kids kind of lacked. And we focused on that, you know, from the beginning. It was like, hold on, we got to get back to the very basis of things before we can even, you know, expand our horizon as far as what we want to offer, what we want to do for this community. So it was embedded, and the beautiful thing is we have an opportunity to make a positive impact and be proactive from a Linden opportunity standpoint.
For sure. So I caught something that you mentioned about the center. You guys call it an opportunity center, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to get your thoughts a little bit on opportunity zones in general and mm-hmm. the perceived benefit of large businesses coming in and putting, you know, certain establishments in lower income areas, getting tax credits for it, and then it adversely not really affecting that community positively.
Yeah.
With Linden, you know, being one of those areas in Columbus, you know, Hilltop, Southern Orchard, areas like that. What is your feeling towards opportunity zones and how it relates to, you know, this area in particular?
So as far as opportunity zones, you know, I feel like you got to have the right partners at the table for it to be a benefit to the community, because a lot of times when you call it an opportunity, a lot of times what doesn't get light shined on it, which I want to make sure as a focus is, does it benefit the residents that currently live here, or does it benefit individuals that are from the outside wanting to join the community from a economic standpoint, right? For bringing their companies in, or revitalizing homes, right? And getting tax abatements and things like that. It's vital that, you know, from an opportunity zone standpoint, that we educate the current residents that live in the community of their options as far as what's taking place, and also for them to be underheard and listen to them from a standpoint of, hey, we're not here to take away from you. We're not here to kick you out. We just want to uplift. But if you are uplift, make sure you're transparent about it. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're transparent about it. I'll speak from the center from an opportunity standpoint. I won't exaggerate too much on the community because that's something I don't know much of. But what I would recommend is the One Linden plan. Have you heard of the One Linden plan?
I have not, please.
So the One Linden plan is the master plan for the whole Linden community, north and south, right? The One Linden plan is a great resource to tap into as far as really finding out where they want to see this community in the next 10 years. It'll give you all the detail. It has all the data in it. So that's a key source. I would definitely tap into that. But sure, from this community, you put this beautiful building right on the Linden Park, which is 20 acres of land. This building is going to drive an economic impact on the simple fact that it's a beautiful building, it's a beautiful park. So individuals is going to want to move here. But it also helps the current residents that live in this community for the value of their land to continue to rise too, so they have equity in their home. But the last thing we want is the actual property tax to go up to where it's not affordable. Kind of like, everybody, seems to say that's what took place in Old Town East. I can't speak on that because I don't know too much of that. That's not my field, but I get what they mean. Hey, taxes on property taxes 15 years ago in Old Town East might have been $2,000. Now it's $9,000. Boy, that's like having a second mortgage.
Displaces the entire community.
It does. So I do not want to see that take place in this community. I will continue to always educate and host workshops, clinics, anything I can to get that resource to every single resident in this community, so that makes sure they know what they can do and what the city can't do to them.
For sure.
Yeah.
So a little change of pace here.
Mm-hmm.
With the, the very recent history of, violence and policing in our communities here in Columbus, what kind of conversations were had with local law enforcement, like kind of prior to opening? What was that like?
I'm glad you asked that question. So people who know me well in this department, they know that I work close with law enforcement, and I work close with law enforcement to build a bridge in the community, because it's very important. I've had multiple conversations with high individuals within our Columbus Police Department, commanders, deputy chiefs. I've had conversations about this. I find it to be vital that our police officers that serve our community, so if that station is in this community, you should know where you can come and interact with our residents in a multitude of ways. I think it's vital, because we have a lot of police officers who live in the suburbs and come to Columbus to go to work, right? How invested are you? How invested are you? I don't know, right? And you got to prove to me that you are willing to build that legitimacy and trust with my residents and my community, because you popping up for one day ain't gonna cut it. You got to get out the car. You got to come interact with my people every day when you get a free moment. And I'm going to challenge you on that. Hey, man, it's been a month since we seen you. I don't think they remember your face. Like, you're not building a true, deep, meaningful relationship. I'm giving you that opportunity, and I'm going to hold you to that opportunity. And it's for you to accept or not. And if you don't accept it, then I obviously know then you're not really invested.
You know where we at.
And so now I'm like, I can't work with you, because as a police officer, you more than just wear a badge. They have to look at you as an individual, as a human. And the only way they can do that is by getting to know you on a deep, meaningful relationship, by interactions inside the facility or at the park. And it can't just be during our events. So you got to show up when we got open basketball. You got to show up when we got roundtable discussions. You got to show up at the school when we're doing something over there where you can interact during lunch. But it's got to be consistent. Consistency is key with it all. And we actually have some officers in this community that really are invested. For example, man, the liaison in this community, man, we've been open 4 weeks, and we had a good conversation, me, him, a few commanders, and the commander over the Northside Division. And we talked about this. Hey, what are you guys going to do to make sure that you're building the bridge in this community? Because a lot of times our youth and also just our adults are seeing you at the worst moment, right? When you have to enforce the law. That's not, and it doesn't go over well. So when they see you again, it's like, they're more standoffish. I'm gonna walk the other way, opposed to, oh, that's officer such and such. And you go up to them and you chop it up with them. And now you got that relationship. And I've told officers, hey, once you build that relationship, there's a level of respect that they have for you. And you probably will win them over, and they'll start to police themselves for you. As far as like the youth in the community, you build that relationship with them, like, hey, officer such and such, be honest about that. I'm not with that. I don't think that's a good idea. I saw that take place at my old site. A lot of times, there was times where we had to call the police, and it wasn't just a matter of like, hey, I'm calling the police today on you. No. I'm going to chop it up with you and that police officer and see what we can do as far as from possibly building upon this relationship. So, for example, over at my previous site, one of the things we did was we created a spin-off the old PALS League. We worked with a gentleman named Adam Porter, and we worked with Columbus Police and State Highway Patrol. And we had officers be volunteer coaches for an 8-week season. And they also had to do a mentoring piece where they taught like character building during the week. And man, from week 1 to week 8, it was a beautiful thing. So with the rise in violence that's taking place in the Linden community, I said, we need something like that right now, but it needs to be for our teenagers. And so what we're doing starting April 12th, well, the first day is going to be April 14th. We're doing a 3-on-3 league for 6 weeks. And we're going to have police officers from Columbus Police Department, and they're going to be the volunteer coaches. And we're going to do an engagement piece. And I asked those officers, look, this ain't one of those things like you can make it the first and third week. No. You got to be committed to all 6 weeks. If not, don't even ask about signing up, because they need to see your face consistently, and you need to be the one making sure that you push the character building piece for you can build that dialogue with them. Another piece we're doing is because, and I love what you guys are doing right now, we just got all our equipment to create a podcast piece. So we just got a mixer. We just got 12 mics, the stands, the stools. We got a beautiful room to do it in. And we're going to do roundtable talk. And we're going to have officers coming in. And we want officers off the clock, on the clock, and we're going to have that real conversation. And we're also going to have a gentleman, let's say we have a cat that did 20 years. We want real perspective. Let's say we have a judge come in. We want real perspective from all avenues. And it's not just for violence. We're going to be having good conversation across the board. So I definitely want to invite you guys out and make sure that you get a piece of that too, man. I think that would be great. Yeah, because one thing I've learned is in this community, we need more Black strong males to be a part of this facility to really build that proactive approach that we're trying to facilitate here, and that culture that we're trying to build. We want this to be a place where when you walk in, as an individual, you're all in. And that's from your attitude to the level of engagement that you have, from the willingness to participate, think outside the box. That's what we're all about.
For sure, man. I'm really liking this, man. I'm liking what I'm hearing, honestly. Yeah. I definitely love to be involved with that for sure. Anytime. Just let us know. I know we kind of probably getting strapped down here for time, so I'll skip down to the last one. I got 10 more minutes. Let's go, because I want to make sure that everything that's taking place here, everybody knows about it, because I want everybody with us, right? I want all the good people with us, because I can't do this by myself. It's truly a village approach. It takes a village to uplift everyone, and just the staff here can't do it alone. So we got to have good individuals, good organization, good partners, great volunteers to get this done. For sure, man. For sure.
Yeah.
So last piece is really, I guess, a question for us as an audience. What in particular do we have to do as a community to make sure that this place, that this Mecca stays here, right? How do we ensure that this stays in our community and it's not just a dying resource waiting to be torn down?
Yeah. So that all starts with helping individuals meet the new expectation that we have here. And part of that new expectation is following, our COVID guidelines, following, the new protocols that we have in place. It's very simple, man. The community has to take ownership, right? And then we have to do our part by making sure that we're constantly and staying diligent to the process of getting the information out to the community. So we have to evolve. We have to make sure we're adapting to trends. I'm real old school, man. Like, not only do we make sure we get the information out on social media and on our website, but I think one of the most traditional ways to market a facility is to go door to door. But it takes legwork. It takes foot soldiers going door to door. And every single time we've had an event, what we do? Hey, it's going to be a long day, but we're going door to door. We're going to knock, and if they don't answer, we're going to put it in their door sleeve. If they do answer, we taking that 30 seconds and we giving it to them as far as, hey, this is what's taking place at the community center, right? That to make sure individuals continue to utilize this facility and it doesn't die out, we have to build those relationships as staff, as volunteers, that this is a place that they feel comfortable coming to, right? They don't feel like an outcast. It has to be welcoming in order for it to be thriving. And I personally believe that we have to be welcoming across the board for all individuals. I got to take this call as a contractor. Man, we doing a big event today, man. We got so we're unable to do a traditional egg hunt. So now what we have to do is like a drive-through style. And so like I always try to go above and beyond. This is a chance that we can get resources out to individuals, right? So again, what did we do? We went door to door. Also, we went to the schools for where they can post it in their morning announcements to their students, man. So like we trying to make sure it gets out to them. But man, we doing Easter baskets for kids. We're doing candy bags along with the Easter basket. We're doing a hot prepackaged meal. We're doing food boxes. We got co-side kits. Every car that pulls up gets all those resources to take home with them and add to whatever they have for Easter tomorrow. So it's like, I always felt like if I can tap into resources and when we have opportunities like this, you know, now we're getting it done. Now we're getting it done. Yeah. But this is an opportunity. We were just talking about how do you make sure this building doesn't die out? Well, what you do every single time that car pull up, you explain to them, hey, this is our program guide. We want to see you in the building on Monday for registration. We have programs for all ages. We do programming for seniors. We do programming for adults. We do programming for kids. And we have all the resources as far as from a health and wellness standpoint, a one-stop shop at this new facility. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if I can't do that and this building dies out, I didn't do my job, man. I'm trash. I should be fired. I ain't nothing. But as long as I'm working here, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure every resident in this community knows, like, hey, we're here for you. And what is it that you want to do? If it's not on the schedule, let's just build that interest where we can add it to the schedule. So it's very important that we adapt to trends and we stay in current, man. It's vital for all ages, man. It's vital. Like, for example, I didn't know pickleball was so big. Have you guys ever heard of pickleball? Man, it's like a hybrid version of like tennis and badminton. Boy, people love it. They love it. So it's like, what do? We went out and got all the pickleball equipment. Recreation and Parks had it already ready to go. And look, we already picking up on pickleball. So it's like, just staying current.
Okay.
For sure, man. We look forward to it, bro. I thank you for spending some time with us today.
Hey, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to come up to the facility, check out what it is that we do from an actual physical standpoint, walk through. I'd love to take y'all through a tour because, you know, word of mouth is always going to be the most powerful thing. I'm a firm believer in it. And, you know, it might be something that interests you guys. I'm going to talk about how equitable we try to be. We have a state-of-the-art gymnastics room. You know how expensive gymnastics can be. Gymnastics can be a few $100s a month. But at our facility, we're offering gymnastics at about a fraction of the price. You can sign up for gymnastics for up to 6 weeks for $65, $75. On top of that, you learn from high quality instructors because I'm not asking for anything but less. It's high quality instructors. And I believe in partnering with individuals who grew up in the Linden community. So the Cheer Institute is a phenomenal cheer and tumbling program. Miss Erica grew up in this community. She has a facility in Polaris. What does she do? She does classes with us too, right here in her stomping grounds. We have a gentleman named Kenny that has a gymnastics facility. What does he do? He's doing gymnastics with us. I'm trying to find people who are embedded into this community, believe in what we're trying to get done, and not just farm something out from somebody that I truly don't know. So it means a lot to me to make sure I'm working with the right individuals, because those individuals will continue to carry on our mission and vision and what it is that we're trying to get done. And that is, honestly, you know, from a mission standpoint, in a very simple way of saying things, we connect the people. That's all we do. Yeah. And we connect the people through health and wellness, through nature, through creative arts. Like, that's what we do. So if I'm not doing that, again, y'all go call 311 and get me up out of here.
I'll hold you to it.
Yes, sir. So yeah, man, please, y'all have my contact. I definitely want to get y'all up here. And I really want y'all to join us on the podcast too. And I'd love to actually show y'all our music production studio. We're working with Yavis Ellis. You guys know who Yavis Ellis is? We trying to get the best people to work with. He has the contract with our music production piece. And we're actually going to be kicking off our first cohort with our music production piece, where kids will be learning about the whole nine. Music production, music genre, the distribution of music, the engineering piece, the vocal piece, instruments, and his dad, John Ellis, is also going to be tied into that, as well as teaching life skills. Again, everything I do, life skills better be tied into it, and character building, because we have an opportunity to really make a positive impact on our youth. And those are the individuals that is our future, and they're the future of tomorrow, man. And I guess in a simple way of saying it.
This is dope, man. I'm glad we had this conversation, bro. For sure.
Oh, for sure.
Makes me
man.
feel better about it, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and that's what I wanted y'all to understand. While I'm here, and while Columbus Recreation and Parks is focused on a vision of having a social equitable city, we're here for the people. We are definitely here for the people.
We definitely appreciate that, and we appreciate your time.
Yeah,
and no problem. Thank you for reaching out.
We set that up for sure.
We need to get that understood and make sure that it's for the people.
When is open rec? When is open gym for basketball?
So open gym, I'm gonna just tell you like this. I ain't even gonna tell you because you gotta come up here and get a schedule. You gotta come get a schedule, man, and then you'll find out when open gym is. So I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right, bet I'll be there.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. Hey, and if y'all have any family members or any friends, we're doing an Easter event from 12 to 2 today. You can get Easter baskets. You can get food boxes. You get a hot meal. You get candy bags. You get COSI kits. We got it all. It's an easy style. All you do is drive up. We ask how much you need, and we put it in your trunk.
Absolutely.
Bet.
For sure.
We appreciate
your contact information as well if anybody wants to, join the rec and whatnot.
Oh, so, hey, if you want to join the rec, what you can do is you can stop by 1350 Briarwood Avenue. It's located in the same area of the previous site. It's just west of the land, as well as, east of our previous site, as well as you can call us at 614-645-3067. And if you have any questions, we'd love to pick up the phone and explain to you, what it is that we do here.
Absolutely. Again, thank you so much, Mario. Thanks for walking us through it all.
Appreciate you, bro.
Sure, man. Y'all boys be safe, man.
You too, man.
Bro.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this, go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.